CFRA. This is the community's release valve. You're tuned into Late Night Council on 580 CFRA.
Tom Harris from ClimateScienceInternational.org. What's the latest, Tom, our roving common sense reporter when it comes to the whole climate science debate here?
Yeah, well, before I answer that, did you ever consider that maybe they're canceling Dilbert and Wizard of Id because they make fun of the climate scare?
Are you serious?
Well, look at this cartoon from Dilbert. Dogbert is sitting at the desk and he says, I'm writing fake press releases for imaginary new green energy technologies. And one of them is, scientists say that by 2040 you will be able to power your entire home with the breeze from your refrigerator door. And so Dilbert says, now, how will I know which green breakthroughs are real? And Dogbert says, seriously? You think there are real ones?
Oh, wow.
So, I mean... and
now, have they been doing that a lot?
Yeah, and Wizard of Iz does the same thing.
My, I had no idea. Tom, I knew there was a reason why I love those concerts. Do you think that had something to do with it?
Yeah, I'll send you the cartoon. I mean, they make fun of politically correct climate change. And I think, who knows, maybe that just sort of rubs some of the editors the wrong way.
Oh, man.
Citizen has gone totally over to the Al Gore Suzuki side.
Oh, I know they have. It's
really sad. They used to be our newspaper of choice for our articles.
Yeah,
they've changed.
You know, we used to say they're drinking the Kool-Aid. Now they're drunk on the Kool-Aid. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Well, now they're promoting the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I know.
They're selling it.
Yeah, that's sad.
And sadly,
that's sad.
You know, in a way, the Canadian Aviation Museum did the same thing back in February when they had Ecology Ottawa host an event on the end of skiing in Canada without telling people, of course, that snow cover has been increasing in the Northern Hemisphere for the last 50 years.
Well, since when did the climate change hysteria people, stop at, facts? I mean, since when did facts have any bearing on what they believe and what they promote?
Well, as you remember, I tried to get them to bring in alternative points of view. It's a national facility, after all, and a lot of the money, of course, is paid for by the taxpayer to even have the facility. And so if they're holding an event like that, they should be fair and bring in both sides. But, of course, Ecology Ottawa refused. And it was interesting because, as you know, the Metroland newspaper chain, they said this. They said, Olivia Bouffard, a media relations representative for the Aviation Museum, confirmed Harris asked them on January 29th to cancel the event, which is 100% false. So I asked the museum, where did you get the idea that I tried to get the Ecology Ottawa event canceled? They wouldn't answer, so I went to the Director General, and then I eventually went to the head of the whole museum's corporation, and I eventually got an answer, but it didn't address the question.
So how's the lawsuit going, Tom?
Well, it's not a lawsuit yet.
Well, it better be.
Well, so I went to the minister.
We're cheering you on here, Tom. Come on.
Shelley Glover, the Minister of Canadian Heritage and Official Languages.
Folks, do you notice he's naming names?
Yeah.
Continue,
Shelley Glover. She was
Tom.
sent this, and I asked them specifically, please tell your employees to answer the question. Where did they get the idea that I asked the museum to cancel the Ecology Ottawa event? Because I never did it, and I want them to write a letter to the editor explaining that this was a mistake.
The editor of the Metro newspaper.
Yeah, right. And she won't answer now. It's over a month, and I sent her a reminder last week. So, what it really boils down to, John, is the government are so afraid of climate campaigners that they will not even correct dead wrong information because they know that I would use it then to send it to the newspaper and to also send it to Ecology Ottawa saying, look, the statement's wrong, correct it on your website. But they won't do that because, of course, they'd be supporting an evil denier. So even when there is a complete outright lie in the press, and something which, as you say, is certainly actionable from a legal point of view, they will not even answer emails. They are so scared.
Honestly, Tom, where's the lawsuit here? Because I am so fed up with this type of, I'll call it fraud, okay, that I want to see these guys get their butts kicked when they do these when they carry out these scandalous actions.
Well, we're not deciding yet on what action we're taking until we get an answer from the minister. And what we really need is for them to have a proper letter submitted apologizing for the mistake and saying that basically in the future the museum will not hold propaganda events. I mean, the point I made to them, would you host an event, for example, what was an NDP rally in the museum? No, you wouldn't host that because you'd say it was politically motivated. But the Ecology Ottawa event was very politically motivated.
Of course.
They were telling people, write your MP, do this, do that, do this. And, of course, it was all based on propaganda. It was not true at all. So, I mean, our government, both the provincial Conservatives and also the Conservative government and the federal government, they need to have the strength to stand up for what's true and actually stop supporting the climate scare.
Thank you, Tom.
Righto.
Appreciate the update.
Right.